Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate kirim yatkrapatamaham bande Shri Gurudina Taranam. My humble Dandavat Pranam to the visionary chairman and organizer of the conference, Dr. Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj, Dr. Bhakti Nishkama Shanta Maharaj, and Dr. Bhakti Vignan Muni Maharaj. And I also like to thanks to the session chair. And I am trying to humbly serve the order of my divine master. And the title of my talk, you can see, Artificial Intelligence versus Natural Intelligence, a System Approach. As we heard since yesterday, various beautiful talks regarding artificial intelligence and natural intelligence. And now I am just trying to add some understanding of mine regarding artificial intelligence and natural intelligence. Artificial intelligence has come a long way from being a component of science fiction to reality. Today, we have a host of intelligence machines like self-driving cars, smart virtual assistants, chatbots, and surgical robots, to name a few. Since AI becomes a mainstream technology in present industry and a part of the common man's daily life, and it has sparked a debate, artificial intelligence versus natural intelligence. While artificial intelligence seeks to design and create intelligent machines that can perform human-like tasks, one cannot help but think, is artificial intelligence sufficient in itself? Perhaps the biggest fear is that AI will replace human and outsmart them in a few years. However, it is not entirely true. Although AI is highly advanced, now that machine can learn from experience and make smart decisions. Artificial intelligence cannot function optimally without relying on human attributes like human intuition. Now let us dig deeper into the artificial intelligence versus natural intelligence debate to understand their peculiarities and relationship. Artificial intelligence is a branch of data science that focuses on building smart machines capable of performing a wide range of tasks that usually require human intelligence and cognition. These intelligent machines are imbued with learning from experiences and historical data, analyzing their surroundings, environments, and performing befitting actions. Actually, what is natural intelligence? Natural intelligence refers to human intellectual capability of human that allows us to think, learn from different experiences, understand complex concepts, apply logic and reason, solve mathematical problems, recognize patterns, make inferences and decisions, and retain information and communicates with fellow human beings. This is the some characteristics of some natural intelligence. What makes natural intelligence unique is that it is backed by abstract emotions like self-awareness, passion, motivation that enable humans to accomplish complex cognitive tasks. Natural intelligence is not just constricted to a particular pattern, but can be changed depending upon the problems that arises with it. It can change substantially with the crux of situations. Here we see, as our theme of our this conference, can computer become conscious? Can robot think and feel like human being? To follow this debate, we should understand, first of all, as to understand anything, Aristotle gives 4 causes, the answer of why question, right? That when we want to know a particular thing, that we have to understand what is that particular thing is made up of, like material cause, and what is the shape of that particular thing, like formal cause, and efficient cause mean who is the creator and developer, and final cause, what is the purpose of that particular object and the particular things. In this case, in the AI, material cause is is a certain kind of metallics or some wire programming like to do some intelligent task. And formal cause in the case of the artificial system or artificial intelligence is it may be some mobile device or some computer, laptop, or some machine like robot. And it can look like human being and try to mimic the behavior of human intelligence, but it is not exactly the same as human intelligence. In this, there is a video, a small video. You can see, you can watch it. In this video, you have seen that a robot named Sophia is mimicking the behavior of human being. By following this idea, computer scientists think that they have some control over to prepare some artificial machine or artificial robot. They follow the material cause and the formal cause. They prepare a form of human being, and now they are thinking that they can be successful in inserting the consciousness in that robot. But in our Vedantic actually perspective, it is given that that particular artificial machine or any kind of robot or machine kind of things are made up of matter, just of matter, and it is without a life things. In Bhagavad Gita, it is given that matter without life is artificial thing or only a matter. But when matter is with some superior energy, that it is act like a natural intelligence or natural or biological system. But in the case of this artificial intelligence, computer scientists are exploiting the capacity because they think that they can control over matter in limited way, but they think that they can control over matter, then they can also control over some superior energy. Material energy is inferior, but superior. They also trying to control superior energy, and they are assuming that they can be successful in preparing a conscious robot. Like in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it is also given that some working senses are working. The dull matter is senses are higher than the dull matter, and the mind is higher than the senses, and intelligence is higher than the senses. And there is something which is beyond the intelligent or higher than the intelligent, is soul or soul, and that part is ignoring by the computer scientists. They are thinking that we understand intelligence and we can artificially can make a robot conscious. This slide shows that what is matter. Matter is mechanics part, and with some parts, some mechanism, a machine can be developed. But in the case of life, there are matter, but it is with some superior energy that helps to that particular organism to grow, to respond, to reproduce, and the cellular mechanism and heredity, homeostasis, and metabolism. Now, in this slide, we can see a person is driving a car. Car is made up of matter, but who is driving? A person. A matter plus superior energy, a material energy plus superior energy is driving, but a material energy is not able to drive itself. It can be that particular car has some artificial intelligence, but without the help of that natural intelligence person, it never works. As we can, for example, if a driver hits someone, if it is someone, who will be the responsible, that car or that driver? And this he's a Arvind Schrödinger. He's a physicist and Nobel Prize winner. He has also mentioned in his one of book that life required some extraordinary laws to explain. It is not. It cannot actually. He felt that physical and chemical law cannot explain a biological system, a natural system. That's why he wrote that life required some extraordinary law to explain. In this slide, we see that we want to know what is the ontological distinction between the mechanical system and biological or natural system. Why a biological system can develop without any external help, and why a mechanical system or artificial needs some external help? Why? Because in mechanics, parts are mechanics view a system has separable parts, independent parts that are fully understandable outside their connection within the system. In this there are some big photos in which we can see a computer set. We can the computer set, if you use UPS, CPU, monitor, they separately they can be understood. Okay, and again they can assemble and work. And in this car, we can some person can separate wheel, engine, car, seats, and can be also understand without destroying the actual functioning. When we assemble the machine again, then it can again work. But in the case of biological system, if we will try to separate to separate the eye or to separate the hand to study, to separate the legs, and we just like a reductionistic approach, and we study particular organs, that we cannot understand that leg belongs to whom. We have to study the biological system as a whole. Right? This is the distinction between the mechanical system and biological or natural system. In this slide, we can see that a seed, a zygote, has all the information of a fully developed organism, and it has all the information. There nothing externally supplied any information to that particular zygote that when you have to disintegrate, or when you have to produce the arms, when you have to produce the eyes, when you have to produce the all other organs. All the information is within that zygote. And similarly, in the case of a plant, all the information is within the seed. That seed, what type of tree, the seed, particular seed of particular type of tree has all the information. It is called the internal teleology. The natural system or biological system follow the internal teleology. All information, it is also given by the Kant and Aristotle, that the living system is follow the teleological, goal-oriented information. They don't need any kind of external information or external support to develop in their fully developed organism. He is a scientist, American medical doctor. He also felt that we don't when a reductionistic approach, we try to study some like biological success system, that he felt that we know many of the part and many of the process, but what makes a cell alive is still not clear to us. He said that center is still mysterious. And while we study that the seed has all the information, like because it has some internal teleology. Now, in this slide, we see that how artificial system can be prepared. It is within the mind of the computer scientist or some mechanical or some engineer, that what kind of system he want to prepare and what is the purpose of to prepare that particular type of machine or robot. That's why it is called external teleology, because that being artificial machine or robot, an artificial intelligence follow the intelligence of that particular person or that particular computer scientist or engineer or mechanics. Sorry. So Ernest Mayr, he is a biologist. He also felt that it is a little difficult to understand why machine concept of organism has long-lasting popularity. He said, after all, no machine has ever built itself, replicate itself, programmed itself, or being able to procure its energy. And Jim Shapiro also felt in, and he did a rigorous and very so many can say wonderful research in the field of molecular biology and biochemistry. He also mentioned that we should think the system approach or holistic approach to understand the living system. In our Vedantic perspective, I have taken this from one of the article of Srila Bhakti Nishkamashanta Maharaj, that life is understood as a cognitive or sentient principle. Sentience cannot be manufactured artificially. As we see in previous slides, that computer scientists try to prepare or try to make a as artificial intelligent person, and trying to insert some program or simulation to act like a human being. But in this, it is mentioned that a sentient cannot be manufactured artificially by any novel mechanical and chemical arrangement of dead atoms and molecules. In the ancient Eastern philosophy based on Vedantic Bhagavad paradigm, it is mentioned in the invocation of Sri Ishopanishad that the concept of organic holism. Om Purna Madhav Purna Vidam Purnat Purnam Udechyate Purnasya Purnam Adaye Purnam Eva Vashishyate. The organic whole produces organic wholes. Like we see that a seed has all the information, it produces again a tree, and tree again gives the seeds. Like in the case of living organism, it is also from the zygote, or we find another mean of we can see we can say that a baby mother produce a baby like completely. It's so known as organic whole. The organic whole cannot arise from parts, has to be and have to be assembled. Mean organic whole cannot be assembled. Like we have seen in the previous slide that there are some parts of machine mechanics, and that if we assemble that all the parts of machine in a particular system, it can be work. But if we if we cut the organs of particular organism or particular human being or particular some biological system, and if we want to try to reassemble them, it is not possible. That organic whole or that entity will be totally destroyed or will be dead. A similar conclusion was given by Rudolf Virchow, that he also, the scientist, he also has done some experiment that that a life or a living things only can be arises from a living things and not from the any matter, dead matter. In this slide, we see that James Shapiro, he has worked on the molecular biology, and he also mentioned in one of his article, bacteria are small but not stupid. He want to show that what to say on the level of human intelligence. Even a small bacteria has the intelligence to do some we can see unexpectable task within it, as he also and also at the cellular level. He analyzed that metabolism, regulation of protein synthesis, and DNA repair establish that bacteria continually their external and internal environment and compute functional output based on information provided by their sensory apparatus. In this, there is a small video we can see. Yeah, we can see in that video that how DNA damage response. If there is some damage like due to cancer or cancerous cells, that DNA respond and repair itself. This is even at the level of bacterial intelligence. Now, Dr. Barbara McClintock also studied about the cells, and she could convince the whole biological world against her critics that gene can be altered by the cell, not just by mutation, but by the cell's own capacity to respond and take corrective action. For this great work, she got the Nobel Prize in biology. There is also one more video, but I think it is not, sound is not there, that's why I will not play. They show that inner life of cell, how cells repair and how cells act, that generate energy to do all the tasks inside. This is only possible with the natural intelligence. It is not possible with the artificial intelligence, because artificial intelligence is programmed externally, while natural intelligence already has all information. It is in the natural intelligence case, there's no need to program anything or send any information. We see in computer system, it is as we have already mentioned it. Now there is some processes like self-determination, self-formation, self-preservation, self-production. These are all processes can be done by natural intelligence without any external information. And in this slide, complex brain, we can see the complexity of a brain. Some neuroscientists compare the brain in terms of is a natural computer composed of 10 to 100 billion of neurons, each of which connect to about 10,000 others, all of which function in parallel. Neural system takes about 100 processing steps to perform complex tasks of vision or speech. See how it is possible to copy or to mimic that complexity of the natural brain. Now we see in the slide that the artificial system, how that maintain itself. Artificial system, to maintain the artificial system, we need external help, we need external power supply or whatever, we need some external energy. But in the case of the natural intelligence, we see that Arvind Schrödinger also he wrote in his monograph What is Life, that how does the living organism avoid decay, how they preserve themselves, or how they protect themselves from the law of thermodynamics, like against the environment. And answer, he gave also answer, by eating, drinking, breathing, assimilating. The technical term is metabolism. Natural system maintain itself with the help of the metabolic process. But in the case of artificial system or artificial intelligence, it has no inner intelligence to protect, to maintain itself. It needs always the help of some natural intelligence person. Now, how it is? Yes.
We have 5 more minutes to conclude.
Okay. This is the process by which the human or living beings maintain itself. This is the cell thermodynamics. The most fundamental property of living cell system is the ability to utilize and transform energy involving thousands of individual and enzymes, catalyze chemical reactions, and in order to maintain its integrity, gain and loss of energy must be balanced by some controlled flow. Cell metabolism consists of thousands of individual chemical and enzyme catalyst chemical reaction. These chemical reaction in living organism occurs characteristically organized in sequence called metabolic pathway. In this slide, we can see the free will. This is also a distinguished characteristics of the natural system, natural intelligence, and any computer system cannot think. This is the only we can say this is the only main characteristics or which cannot be inserted or inbuilt in the artificial system. Because free will is ability to create options and to choose between them without an external agent or fate or any divine will. If people can make any decision they desire, then there is a free will. If humans are only capable of following the set of patterns of behavior, then how we can say that it is a free will? This is just if they are follow some set of patterns to do some task, then that is not a free will. This is the will of that particular person who is guiding them. Now we have already seen that we cannot compute any artificial system like a conscious feeling like love, hate, happy moment, disappointment, depression, and enthusiasm, etc. Yes. Why? Because we see with the help of Vedic literature or Vedic perspective that why we cannot we cannot compute the consciousness in a robot, because the consciousness is the inferential proof of existence of the soul, and when there is no soul, then how the consciousness can be inserted or can be computed? It is given in reference from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter, 34th shlok, that like sun alone illuminates the universe, all this universe, so does the living entity one within the body illuminates the entire body consciousness. In my conclusion, I want to conclude that if modern science want to seriously learn to understand the supreme energy without which it is not possible to come out from that illusion that a robot can be conscious and artificial intelligence can mimic the natural intelligence, he has to understand. Thank you. I concluded. This is acknowledgement. Cheers.
Is there any questions? Yes, Dr. Alex. Good.
Good afternoon here.
Good afternoon, sir.
Can you speak to the mic?
There is a theorem that it's partly due to J.R. Lucas, a famous philosopher at Oxford. We can only add information to robots so that they can take one more kind of decision. You have to feed them the facts so that they take note of one thing at a time. You can't teach them in such a way that they will be able to take a large class of decisions based on intellectual thinking. This is a rough paraphrase of what J.R. Lucas wrote about as a result of his comments on Gödel's theorem in metamathematics.
Okay, sir.
Only teach a robot to do one thing at a time, and they have to be taught one thing at a time.
But this is, I think, this is a comparison.
But also for a child, when the child is born, you teach one thing at a time. So they will parallel. Why are they so bent that computer has some problem? Because, I mean, the computer is created by us. So it is concern. If computer is, so we can restrict computers.
There is no problem with computer or any artificial system if it is, I mean, we use that particular machine or artificial system within some, guided codes or regulations. Then it is very helpful for us. But if we think that it can overcome the natural, entities, or we can replace the natural things, then it is problem. Because
okay, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, because natural system we cannot understand actually through the modern science. We have to understand the Vedic science also. Then that will be the complete knowledge. Modern knowledge alone cannot solve all problems, and Vedic science can solve all problems. But if we will study in the language, or in the with the help of the modern science or its law, then it can be very much helpful for us to understand the whole picture or whole things. Then Vedic science is essential with the modern science.
Do you have anything else to say before we conclude?
Though I want to just to say with the computer scientists, that if they want to clear their illusion, that they can prepare a machine just like a human being or human intelligence, and with some consciousness and cognitive properties or cognitive behavior. They must understand the ontological distinction, difference, and the what is the source behind the natural intelligence. They must understand. Then they can overcome with that illusion only. Thanks. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you.